Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be extending the range of your remote keyless entry for your 1999 to 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ. This does not cost a lot of money, fortunately. 2-pack of batteries is about $4 at Walmart, and you can usually find 18 to 22 gauge wire for free at a salvage yard. It's not going to take very long. Changing out those batteries only takes 2 minutes. If you need to add an antenna wire, that's going to take about 20 minutes. If we need to extend a wire, it's going to take about an additional 10 minutes on top of the first part. Don't need a lot of tools for this either. Phillips screwdriver, T20 Torx driver, soldering iron, and some solder. Some basic soldering skills would also be good. Now remember, I don't have any special skills, tools, or training. If I can do it, so can you. So the first thing we're going to need to do is take off the door panel. There's only 3 places where it's got screws. The first one is inside that door handle, and it's a standard Phillips blade. The second one is actually inside of the door handle, the part that you actually pull to open it up, and that's that T20 Torx. It's the only T20 Torx that we have on there. And then the third one is actually hiding behind this little cover here, and that one's also a Phillips blade as well. We just need to pop that little cover off and we can get access to it. Doesn't particularly matter which order you go in, because when you are removing these screws, there are some plastic clips that are behind here that are still holding it in. These screws just kind of cinch it up into place. So I remove the 2 Phillips, and then once I've got that second one off of there, switch over to the Torx, pull on the handle just a little bit. Gives me access to remove that. You can use any tool you want here. You don't even really need to use that special tool that I have there. I also have that flat-bladed screwdriver there. You could probably get away with just prying your fingers underneath there. There's several clips around the edge. There's a couple clips on the top. And once you have those clips, oh, there's the screw that I drop, because I drop a screw every single video. Once you have those plastic clips off there, then it's a matter of releasing all of the internal mechanicals. There's the 2 clips for the door handle and the door lock. Sometimes you'll need to pry it open with a flat-bladed screwdriver, or sometimes you can just get it with your finger, like I did here. Then we have 2 power wires. One of them goes over to the mirror, and the other one goes through the actual door, through the loom. And then once you've got that off, then the door panel can come completely off. One other thing I wanted to point out here is every time you take off your door panel, you're probably going to break some of these. They're really easy. Every time you're at the salvage yard and you have a chance, just pick up some of these. I picked up half a dozen last time, and I have already used all of them. It's a good thing to just keep in mind every time you go to the salvage yard, pick up some extras of those. The interesting thing here is I've removed all the screws except for this one just to keep it in there, but what I'm seeing is that there's actually a cable here already. So I'm not sure whether or not that was a hack done after the fact by somebody else, but especially with that tape there, that looks like it was something that was done at the factory. Now, you can see that it comes out over there, so when I take it apart, we'll see where everything's at, but I'm just going to proceed as if this is not something that is an issue for me and that I will be just putting in the new antenna, the new wire antenna.
All right, now we need that same Torx driver to remove them. There's 5 screws there, 2 on the, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, so 2 on the ends, and 2 on the left side and 1 on the interior side. Once we get all 5 of those off, then it's just a question of pulling out that that cable and routing that out properly. The nice thing about this is that it only comes out and goes in one way, so you don't really need to mark it when you're taking it out, so it can only go back in one way. So here is what we're actually going to be working on. You can see in the bottom right there from the website, and I'll put a link below as to the actual source material on here. I have this taken apart. It doesn't take any special tools. You can pry it off with your fingers if you want. You can use a flat blade. Some Jeeps do not have a wire, and some Jeeps do have a wire. But if you've got a wire already, you don't need to do this step. If you don't have a wire, you do need to do this step. And as was shown in one of those pictures from the website, here, this one is mine that's actually taken apart. You can see that's where we're going to be adding the wire to. So the first thing I do is just heat up that section, or that little dot there. Once I get the solder flowing, then I can just run my wire through it. And I run it down almost all the way to the insulation, and then just add a little bit of solder on there to stiffen that joint back up. Now just need to make sure that we've got that one wire coming out, and you need to actually drill a hole there where I had that toothpick. So real simple. Just drill the hole. There we go. The only thing that's left is fishing the wire through. And I'm trying to do this backwards. There we go. Now you've got the wire coming out. You can close this thing back up. Make sure to pay attention that that is on the correct side when you're closing it all back up there. All right, now we've got it all connected. We've got that wire sticking out on either side there. And here's the thing is that this wire is actually measured, and the formula is right there for how long it is. It's about 7 inches long, and that's about the amount of length that I have sticking out. I've got to put back in except for this one screw here, but it's almost in. I wanted to show you that this is where I've chosen to route that new antenna. Pretty much the same spot as the old one. It doesn't quite reach over as far as the other one. We're just going to leave it there and see whether or not this has improved anything here. Go ahead and button this up, put it back together. Okay, it's all back together. We're gonna close the door, make sure that it works from, you know, the short distance. It does. And we're just gonna keep backing away, see how well that goes. Not very good. Not good at all. Wow, this hasn't improved the range one bit. Let's see if there's any change on the other side of the vehicle.
Nope.
All right, after that failure, we're back into having it on the table here that I'm going to be working on. And I just kind of went with my gut feeling on this because there was already a wire on there. So I just added a length of wire. Now, again, like I was saying before, if you don't have a wire, you need to add a wire. If you do have a wire, you can add length to it. And I used all of those calculations and came up with all of the math to figure out exactly where it was, and it really turns out that I just needed to add a chunk of wire to it. You'll see that little spot there. You need to make that as small as possible. You need to have insulation over this as long as possible.
All right, back at the vehicle here. I have just connected it as opposed to putting in the door panel and buttoning it all back up, because we're going to try this before we actually put it back together. And you can see I've run the wire here, and I've just kind of dangled it over the handle there on the A-pillar. I'm going to close the door, and let's do a test. Previously, the test, this was pretty much the limit of where I could do it. So let's try that again. Okay. Obviously, we've got a lock there. Let's take a couple steps back. Well, that's further than before. A couple more steps back. Hey, I've got some increased range here. This is pretty good. Wow, look at that. I could definitely not do this from this distance before. Let's see how it is up front, because I couldn't do it from this distance before either. It's definitely directional. There we go. So I'm aiming it, doing it a little bit flatter, and that helps. Let's take a few steps back. It's not the best. Oh, there we go. But it's definitely an improvement. Now, we're gonna go on the driver's side, because it was almost impossible to get it to unlock from the driver's side. Huh, look at that. I can get it unlocked. Look at that. Well, locked. I'm just doing the locked because, one, it's a little bit higher power signal, so I have been told, because the lock should go further than the unlock for security reasons, but also you can hear it, so I've got a pretty good indication that it's actually working. Okay, well, look at that. Let's take another couple steps back. Look at that. Okay. Well, I think that's a successful proof of concept test that sometimes you can overthink it and you just need to go with your gut.
Now we just got to actually button it back up this time. I'm routing that longer antenna wire here. And like I was saying before, there's only one way that this can go. So you put it in with the 2 screws on top, and then you just screw those Torx screws back in. You can see on the bottom of the screen there where I kind of clip those wires into a spot that looks like it should hold a wire, but as far as I know, it didn't hold a wire, but now it does. It holds this wire. We just need to put the door panel back on the door. So I flip that wire forward because I'm going to be routing that here, and that's going to be the important part here. When we're actually connecting this all up here, the easy way to know which one of those wires or which one of those rods is the one, which one for which, one of them is the door lock, and you slide it back and forth, it unlocks and locks. So that's a really easy way to tell the difference. Plug everything back in just like you took it out. Once you get all of the cables and the rods connected there, and I'm just showing here where I'm actually running the antenna wire. And I'm running the antenna wire underneath the window gasket where it matches up with the door panel. The reason for that is that it's hidden, but it also gives maximum amount of exposure. And I got that tucked in, and then I just bash on it a little bit to lock those pins back into place. grab a screw, and I'm going to screw one into the door handle pull right there. That just keeps everything locked into place while I work on everything else. So then that second one up top there, it's really hard to see, but if you can look in there, you can kind of line it up and you can see right there. And then you just tighten it back up and that snugs it up on the top. Then we just need to put the third screw in, which is that Torx. Just involves using that Torx driver again and pulling on the door handle a little bit so you've got a good view to get in there. And then those three are back into place. Now, some of those door clips may not be 100% secure, so you just want to go back around and make sure everything is secure again. And then we've got this last little tailing bit here that I have. Again, because I just kind of went with a gut feeling as to how long the wire should be. I just kind of grabbed a length, and the wire ended up being about 4 feet. Which gave me enough to make a little coil here at the end, and I kind of tuck it back up there, and I make that part visible. Why is there that little coil there? Well, when you actually open up your key fob, which this is the time where you would be changing the batteries. I have brand new batteries in there. See that part that I'm outlining there? That's actually the antenna. That little ring that goes all the way around is actually the antenna. By putting a little loop in there, you are replicating that antenna size and shape. And believe it or not, it actually helps. As you can see here, putting it back up and having that little loop, which you can kind of see in the left there of the window, helps actually quite a bit. Gives me even more distance on my first. The last time I was only able to go to about there, but I keep going all the way to here. And as you can see, it's about 14 feet away here from the Jeep. Before, I had a foot or two. As you can see, this was a pretty quick, easy, and very useful fix. This is an annoyance that I've had basically since I've owned this Jeep, and I'm going to reap the benefits of this 20 minutes worth of work for years to come. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, everybody.